What up, YouTube? Franchise Sports TV back again with another video. Alright, I guess everybody's making a video about it. I guess I'll do the same as well. Actually, I was planning on making a video, I just never got to it yesterday. So, I don't know where this came from. This whole thing, we're done with the 90s. Some say it came from Twitter. I don't know. Maybe it did. I'm not on Twitter, so I wouldn't know. Twitter is, oh man. Twitter and Reddit are like cousins. She whiz, anything can be put up on there. But anyways, actually, I saw somebody say in a comment section, we're done with the 2000s. And I thought it was just somebody just playing around. Then I heard about we're done with the 90s. And then I heard what it was about. A bunch of Gen Zers, most likely, who are fans of this generation of NBA. I guess putting lowlights of the players of the past. Claiming Jordan couldn't go left. Even though Jordan went left to hit a game winner shot in Game 6 in 1998 against Utah. Okay. Jordan couldn't go left. I clearly saw him go left. All right. Whatever you say. Bunch of freaking parakeets. But anyways, that's what I got to say about it. I don't write nothing down. They say we're done with the 90s. Well, I say I'm done with this modern NBA. I'm done with a balding fool that wears the number 23, putting that number to shame, that doesn't seem to want to retire. I'm done with this modern NBA, seeing players sit on the bench, load managing, when there's nothing really wrong with them. But when I say that players from 90s, even the 2000s, 80s, 70s, 60s, had sometimes tougher schedules, had to play back-to-back-to-backs, all I get is a bunch of screeches and a bunch of insults back in my direction. They say they're tired of the 90s. Well, I'm tired of this easy peasy NBA. The freedom of movement rule killed everything. Players can do whatever they want when it comes to scoring. That's why all these scores are inflated now these days. Scores 140. What was it last year between the Kings and Clippers? Wasn't that score up in the 180 somewhere? Oh yeah. Didn't we just have an all-star game that someone actually scored 200 points in? Yeah. Boring. They say they're done with the 90s. Well, I'm done with the 2000s. All-star game hasn't been the same since I don't know when. Slam dunk contest has been terrible. Can't even get stars in there. The stars hide from the smoke because they don't want to get embarrassed. I'm done with this modern NBA when all these dudes sit here and cry about playing 65 games. When players of the past played 82 games at least 5 or 6, 7, 8, 9 times in their career. You never heard a peep about them. They played in Chucks. They ain't playing in the best shoes. Supposedly the technology and shoes are better, but these guys don't play as long. They'll shoot. If you let them play 30 games, they'll play 25 maybe. They say they're done with the 90s. Well, I'm done with the Eagles of the modern NBA. Guys put in less work, but want all the success, all the credit, want to be deemed as more powerful than the players of the past. Even though when the tough gets tough, they bail out. Say they done with the 90s, huh? I'm done with this modern generation of the NBA. When the tough does get tough, they want to jump team to team to team to team to team and fail at each team. No accountability for thee. I don't think that make any sense. But you get what I'm trying to say. We're done with the 90s. Jordan can't go left. Well, I just saw Jaylen Brown fumbled the ball 3 times in the Game 7 of the Eastern Conference Finals of the 2023. Sorry, not 2003. I would like for saying that a lot lately. 2002, 2003. But anyways, I just saw Jaylen Brown do that in the Eastern Conference Finals the other year. Fumbled the ball twice, trying to go left. Say what you want about the players of the past. They were professional. They came to work. And they was actually the reason why we won't let those guys go, because they actually were looked upon, not as gods, as Katie would say, but as basketball players, looked upon as someone to admire when it comes to playing basketball, all the injuries that they had to endure. Kobe went out there with a dislocated pinky. These dudes these days, they're going running for the locker room. Out for 3-4 weeks. Kobe popped that motherfucker back in there and went on his day. They get on Kobe so much about whatever. The man played a whole season with a torn ligament in his finger and won the NBA Finals on one of the slowest paces of the NBA history, the 2000s. Slow pace. And I miss the 2000s. Yes, they were slow pace, but it was methodical. There was actually some type of strategy. Now these days, these dudes run on the court and shoot threes. The basketball IQ is so bad these days, it's not even funny. Let me shoot a 3 when the one's down there to get my rebound. Or get a rebound when the other team is down there, when my team hasn't recovered. They say these players are smarter, faster, stronger. I don't see it. I don't see it at all. Smarter. Pfft. Get out of here. I could tell that a whole bunch of Gen Zs wrote that. I really could. It just smelled like a freaking beta male Gen Z movement. We're done with the 90s. Oh, please. I don't know. When I was growing up, younger, watching the NBA, it made me strive to try to get to the NBA for some reason, knowing that was like chasing the wind. But then again, these days, you don't even have to be faster and stronger, I guess, because you got Jokic out there putting work. Back then, you actually had to be athletic. You had to be tall. You had to be quick. Especially playing in the 90s and the early 2080s. Because the defense was defense back then. Now, can't even play defense. Won't play defense. Never even heard of defense these days. It's crazy. Shooting threes, jacking threes at the wrong time. No discipline. And then these guys want to get rid of history. Act like the history of the NBA didn't exist. Act like the NBA began in 2005 or 2003 when their queen was first drafted to the NBA. That's how they act. And act like nothing matters before that. Love the NBA. Despite growing up in the early 2000s watching that NBA, I always wanted to learn about the NBA from the past. So I got a big encyclopedia and learned about the players of the past. And always, even though I didn't get to see them play, especially didn't see anybody in the 60s and 50s or 70s play, I got to see maybe a handful of the 80s and 90s play. But I respect what they did and where they came from and how they helped change the NBA for the better at one point. Now these dudes are coming in, they ruin it. Made it a clown show. A circus. And they want to disrespect it. Get out of here with that. The NBA is ruined because of these guys that are playing today. Some of them, not all. Some of them. And then I got people on my comment section complaining, talking about, you freaking calling out all these players because they're sitting out. Well, duh, that's what I'm supposed to be doing. There ain't nothing wrong with Paul George and Kawhi Leonard yesterday. I hurt my groin. I hurt my ankle a little bit. Oh, they play games 24 hours in it. So what? That's their job. But anyways, I'm done. I'm just so fed up with the NBA and some of the NBA fan base. It's nauseating after a while. How many excuses and disrespect we have to hear about now. The NBA's better now, but the ratings are low still. Why? Why are the ratings so low? Why are the ratings so low?